player 2 has joined the game.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 400 of the Two Player Co-op podcast for the very first time. If you've never seen us before, this is the Two Player Co-op podcast where just about every week, two brothers get together to tell you everything there is to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop where we got a lot of different benefits for you people, but the most popular tier is the $5 producer tier, where you get to watch us stream this podcast live every week, sometimes with audio, sometimes without. You also get a bonus episode every month, and you get the podcast live one day early before it goes live for the public. Some of our patrons deserve a shout out, just like the man with the bar named after him. Our patron saint, Mr. John Tingley. Also, our affiliates, Derek Bamford, James Solar. Make sure you check out James Games and more on YouTube. And Mom. Also, our producers, Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, and Dustin Downs. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can always go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pool House.
It's like we never left. This is actually just a green screen.
Technical difficulties and all. That doesn't really prove anything because it could still be a green wall that I'm hitting. But yes, we're back in the Pool House for one night only. Had a lot of fun making the hype video. Took a lot of work. But it was a lot of fun. I guess nobody guessed it if James was saying, Robert!
Boom shakalaka.
If James was saying, bring back the Pool House right before we went live, it's pretty funny, I gotta say. Oh, Chris said the episode of silence.
Peace and quiet.
I want to try to get him back on here. Anyways, episode 400. Pretty freaking crazy that we made it this far, I gotta say.
10 years.
10 years plus.
And a little bit, yeah.
It's almost April. No, it is April. It's almost May, which means it's almost been, never mind. I was going to say it's almost been 10 and a half years, but it's almost been 10 years and 5 months.
Yeah, it's April 7th. We can't really say it's almost May. It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
In a few weeks, but
I'm still trying. We have not decided.
You got a haircut.
Yeah. I never started recording. It doesn't matter. Let's just hope the stream, as long as the stream doesn't go well. I got a haircut for the occasion.
I did. My hair's getting long.
Your hair is long.
I got a haircut coming this week. Tried to get one last weekend. I mean, this weekend. I tried to get one last weekend and I couldn't. So I have one this coming weekend.
I tried to get one a couple times last week, but then I kept having to reschedule it because I don't have a vehicle.
What happened, Kevin?
I got in a fender bender.
You bent your fender?
I did. I love that my Dodge Ram. No, not Dodge Ram. My Ram.
You got
Ram.
a bumper bender.
I had a. What is it? What is a bumper and what is a fender?
Bumper's in front. The fender's like that front.
Yeah.
If this is your bumper, this is the fender. And that's a fender.
No. What I'm saying is there's like the rectangle that the car sits on. What am I trying to say? The frame.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's something. The bumper is the plastic.
Yeah.
But then isn't the fender the thing under there?
Fender's on the side.
Talking about fenders.
A bumper dumper.
Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I got in a fender bender. Yeah, blow it over here. That's not what you're doing.
I just had a bumper.
Congrats,
bumper.
not just on your milestone, but also your stick-to-itiveness.
Stick-to-itiveness.
I love that word so much. But so I stopped at a red light behind a lady, and on my left, on your left, you didn't.
Oh, cap.
On your
no cap.
I understood that reference. On my left was the left turn lane. One lady in front of me. Lady in front of me took her foot off the brake. I went, okay, put my Coke down. I don't remember if I either I just took my foot off the brake or I pushed the gas. Either way, it doesn't matter because I'm behind. It doesn't matter. By the time I looked back up, it was too late. I slammed on the brakes and went, well, bam! White Escalade. I hit. Had a couple little scratches. We get out, ladies. I'm like, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay? Yeah. And looking at her. Then she looks at my truck and she goes, oh, no. And I was like, and I turn around and my bumper fender, it's not.
Your bumper fender?
Steel.
Wait, so
steel.
I don't think that's steel.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be the last Ram I buy. I can tell you that.
Did you...
Coolant everywhere, like somebody cut my truck's jugular. It was horrible.
Based on the impact, were you shocked what your truck looked like? Or
yes,
you're not surprised based on how it felt, you just didn't even think to look like were you surprised that it looked like that? Or were you like, oh God, it's
when I turned around, I was surprised. The reason I looked at her car first, and like shit, the rubber thing that goes on top of the bumper, back fender, bender, whatever, was popped out a little bit. So I popped it back down. She's like, okay, cool. Here's a couple of scratches here. I didn't even look at my truck because I was like, it's a Ram. It's fine. And then when
Rams are running into things all the time.
When
they're fine.
She said, oh no, I was like, I don't want to turn around. And then I turned around and there it was.
I got a new car.
Hopefully it'll be fixed by Thursday. But yeah, well, Sean bought a car at the same time we bought a car. He got a Jeep. We got a new van.
This family bought 3 cars in the matter of like a week.
Shout out to Nick.
Like days.
He just turned 16. Got him a 2020 Accord. Drive that thing into the ground, brother. But Sean got a new vehicle.
I got a new vehicle. I fulfilled, I can't remember if I talked about it on the podcast. Not since I got it, obviously, but a long
time
I don't know if I'd say lifelong desire, but
it's
always been
remember.
a thing. I pulled the trigger. I got me a nice new pretty blue Jeep Wrangler. I've always liked them. I'm having fun with it. I love it. It's a gas guzzler, especially compared to my last car. But it's okay because it's not like gas is really expensive now. Anyway.
Not at all.
But it's fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm hoping not to go too far down the rabbit hole in terms of like mods and stuff. But I'll probably do a little bit. But I love it. Yeah, 2 new cars in your house.
Yeah. And I mean, at this point, I couldn't even. But it was funny though that like when I looked up the value of my truck because Jess was like, it's not totaled, right? And I was like, no, there's no way. James is a Wrangler owner. How do we not know that?
I didn't know that.
It was like $35,000. It's still worth. I was like, okay, it's not totaled.
But does KBB or whoever know that it's now been in an accident? Because that jacked up my trade-in value.
Oh no.
Okay. Well, they'll know when you go to trade.
But I'm saying, as the value was before I ramrodded the lady. My wife's car was new when we bought it. It's now 2.5 years old and only has 15,000 miles. 3.5K of that was us driving to Florida and back. Holy crap.
Wow.
That's awesome.
It was owned by a little old lady. Only drove it once on Sundays.
Be nice to his wife.
No,
he's saying he's only put 15,000 miles on it.
My wife's car.
He doesn't have more than one wife.
My wife's car was new when we bought it. It's now. Yeah, I know.
But you're saying, did an old lady drive it?
No, I was just saying.
I thought you were thinking he got it used.
I was just making a reference.
Welcome to episode 400. I can't believe I didn't hit record. That's fine. I'll just download the stream for the beginning. And Mom. So Sean.
Asshole.
Are you aware of what my new nickname is? My Honda is a 13. It has 56K. Holy shit. That thing's going to last for a million years. The new nickname that my family has given me. Have you heard of this?
Old Kevin.
Big Bones. Old Snake. Barkley was staring at me from inside the door, from outside the door.
Now Noah's staring.
I know, because he's trying to get the dog out of me. I'm like, can you get the dog in? He's just staring at me. My nickname that they have given me over the last couple months is Factoid Dad. Because what they have realized, Jess realized it a while ago, and she's been calling me on it more and more. And I think she's probably said this when you were around. It was brand new. She works from home. There you go. We only drive it on weekends.
See?
Yeah. Oh, you're calling his wife an old lady?
Well, not that part.
Okay. Not the dial-up mode.
56K.
It.
Again, I understood that
I didn't
reference.
even. I didn't until you said 56. Oh, 56. There it is. Okay. Factoid Dad, because this is why we don't live stream every episode, because every episode would be like 3 hours. Anyways, Factoid Dad, because a lot of times I like to say things with 100% certainty that makes people think that what I'm saying is true. I'm not actively trying to lie. I'm trying to I'm always confident in what I'm saying. And it's like Steve Carell. I mean, Michael Scott, sometimes a sentence starts and I don't know where it's going to end up. They first noticed it when we were on the cruise, I think, a few months ago. Oh my God, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, whatever it was.
It's almost May.
And Jess was like, she said something about, it's when we were going to solve swim with the dolphins. And I was like, somebody was worried about something about the dolphins. What if they bite me or something? I'm like, they're not going to bite you. And even if they did, they have flat teeth. And then we keep going, and Jess is like, why do you think they have flat teeth? And I was like, because they have flat teeth. Have you not seen a picture of a dolphin's mouth before? But in my mind, I think I'm right. Go and look it up. They don't have flat teeth. They have teeth. They're nice, so it doesn't really matter. So anyways, that was one of my factoids that was complete.
Well,
bullshit.
they eat meat, so they're not going to have flat teeth.
They eat. Don't they just swallow it?
What? I mean, I guess. Yeah, they probably don't chew. Yeah, do dolphins chew? I'm not going to say it.
Certain people like pizza? Anyways, my point is, what I wanted to do to celebrate episode 400 was to kind of get some factoids, as they were.
That are just totally wrong.
Well, when you think about it, no. But that's what that's what I started saying, and I never finished it. I forgot where that sent. Oh, I wanted to look back because we have been literally podcasting for over a decade at this point.
Yeah.
So I said first episode was December 7th.
Is it weird that I've spent
I think,
a quarter of my life podcasting? I mean, not a quarter. A quarter of my life I have been a podcast host.
Podcaster. It's also weird that you've lived here way longer than you lived in Connecticut, right? Or
not way long.
Not
I mean,
yet?
long. Yeah. I've been here 10 and a half years. I was in Connecticut like 7. So yeah.
I found a picture on the Google Drive of the
Pizza.
yes.
Oh, I was just making up a word, and then once I said it, I'm like, oh, maybe that's what he was actually talking about. I literally just said the first word that came to my mind to be a jackass, and it ended up being right. Kind of.
Factoid Sean. Anyways, I wanted to go look back and see what, like, we've been podcasting for so long.
Wait, do still have a picture of that pizza box?
Yes, it's in our Google Drive.
I need you to. Well, I guess I can
have
go
access.
get it. Yeah,
But anyways, it is.
that was my foot.
Sure.
It's about to be my butt.
It's about to be my butt. Damn it, was that a lot of stuff. It's crazy to look back and go like, that happened while we were podcasting. That happened while we were podcasting. So I looked up some factoids, and I want to go over those with you first before we get into the rest of the news. Not that this is news. It was news when it happened.
Now it's olds.
See the title? Episode 400, Factoids. Also,
What's the difference between a factoid and a fact?
I don't think there is one. Shoe?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if factoid is a word. It's a word, right?
Stick-to-itiveness is a word.
It's not, though. Or is it now?
I think it is.
It should be. Anyways, I want to look at video game hardware that has released since we did episode 1 on Count Me Lying. I think it was December 7th, 2015, like I said. First episode was Metal Gear Solid 5 spoiler cast.
It's weird that we started I mean, I'm sure it's true, factoid,
We
Kevin.
were right there.
But it's weird that we started podcasting only 3 months after I moved here.
It was that quick?
I moved here September. I moved here, oddly enough, 9/01 September, 2015.
You moved to 901 on 901? Talk about a factoid.
Talk about a factoid.
In your mind, factoid is a small fact. Okay, yeah.
These are probably factoids.
Then that their name for me is accurate.
What's a big fact?
A fact?
I guess.
Hardware releases in the video game industry since episode 1. 2016, the Oculus Rift.
Wow.
I didn't even remember that was a thing till I read it. HTC Vive. Been a while. The Xbox One S. These are all 2016. The PS4 Slim. Do you remember, Sean, when consoles used to drop in price?
I do.
PSVR 1, 2016. Did you get it for Christmas that year or the next year?
I think that year.
Damn it, Sean. Also the PS4 Pro and the NES Classic Edition, a factoid. That's what just happened over here. And the NES Classic Edition both came out on the same day. And I remember doing
what
that
came out on
podcast,
the same day?
The PS4 Pro and the NES Classic in October, I think it was. Or no, it was November because I was standing in line on Election Day for the Classic.
Wow.
2017 saw the release of the Nintendo Switch. No
This is
GTA
true.
games have been released. That's a factoid. No GTA games. Did you know? No GTA games have released since we released the first podcast. I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of wheeze laughing tonight.
Probably. He's called me
20,
Wheezy.
2017, 2017. What did I say the first time?
2017,
Okay.
2017.
The Switch, the Nintendo 2DS XL. Now that was
That was
the one,
after the Switch?
and that was the thing that was just like
It
a
didn't
giant
fold.
rectangle. Yeah. Stupid. The SNES Classic Edition and the Xbox One X all came out in 2017. 2018, the Oculus Go.
Wait. Oh, the One X was like their Pro.
That was their Pro, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
A year after PS4 Pro. The Neo Geo Mini and the PlayStation Classic Edition. No, PlayStation Classic is all they called it. So, slow year there. 2019, the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, which
So nothing came out in 18?
I just literally said what was in 18.
What was 17?
17, Nintendo Switch, 2DS XL, SNES Classic Edition, and the Xbox One X.
Okay.
2018, Oculus Go, Neo Geo Mini, PlayStation Classic.
Okay.
2019, would you like another reference?
No, I'm
2019, didn't remember this was a thing either. The Oculus Rift S. Oculus Quest, the first one came out. The Valve Index. Did the Valve Index... No, it was HTC Vive where you had to screw 4 things in on your walls, and it was like that was the only way you could do motion tracking back then, or like head tracking, whatever. The Genesis Mini, the Switch Lite, and not really a console, but it came out that year, Google Stadia. Remember that?
Oh, wow.
What year was that?
2019.
I didn't know where I ended up. Why did I say the TurboGrafx 16 Mini?
No.
2020. The Rectangle 2DS came out in 2013. The 2017 2DS was that was the good one. Okay. Thank you, James. The trilogy got butchered. What are we talking about? No GTA game. Oh, the trilogy of the thing. Star Wars, The Force Awakens, Jurassic World, and Avengers Age of Ultron were released in 2015.
Wow.
That was one of our first... Oh, we didn't do... Or did we do a podcast on Force Awakens? Or did we just... We might have just talked about it.
I think we only did Last Jedi.
Oh, we did the other one. We did the last one, too. The last Skywalker.
Last Starfighter?
The Rise of Sky... What the hell is it called? Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
When you think about it, Skywalker is such a stupid name. It's like George Lucas was like, no, it's set in space. They walk on skies.
You know what his name was going to be?
Oh, shit. Yes, but I don't remember. I can't even do a factoid.
Star Killer.
Damn it. It's a good name.
Skywalker's better.
Good name for a good guy. Star Killer.
I think that's why he changed it. He's like, this doesn't sound
Yes.
like a good guy.
2020, the TurboGrafx 16 Mini. Just reading that makes me want to get one. I don't know why.
Can you?
Probably not new anymore, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they're like... I don't think they were that hard to come by.
Was TurboGrafx 16 the one where like the games were all like... Oh no, that was Neo Geo. Where the games were like...
It was a
that big
mini
or
arcade.
something.
That's the only reason I didn't get it.
Yeah.
If they had just put out a normal classic console, I would have gotten it. Because I've got...
No, but it was Neo Geo that the original
Geo.
game cartridges were like huge, right?
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
They were like as big as the NES cards, but they went in. But they were
bigger, I thought.
I don't remember. We never had. I've never played.
I
one
picture
at the
them.
house.
This is a bit of an exaggeration, but being like,
I don't think they were that big.
well, maybe not that thick, but they're pretty big.
2020. Never gonna get through this list. TurboGrafx 16 Mini, Game Gear Micro. Do you remember that? Like
No.
it wasn't just a classic edition. They were only out in Japan, so I shouldn't have
No.
even counted it really. But they were literally this big, and they
With a
only
screen on it.
yes, and with the buttons and everything. Like you could play it, but I think they had 4 games on each, and they released 4 colors of them. So to play all 16 Game Gear things, you had to buy 4 different Game Gear Micros.
Wow.
Also in 2020, the Oculus Quest 2, and then of course the Xbox Series S and X and the PS5. 2021, the Atari VCS. I forgot this even came out. Atari put out an actual like system.
That sounds familiar.
And the Switch OLED. We never needed a Switch with how good the Switch 2 looks in handheld mode. They just needed a better LCD. We didn't ever need to pay for an LED.
True.
Damn right it is. Just kind of 2022, Steam Deck, Amazon Luna, the Playdate. Do you remember what the Playdate is? The handheld.
Is that like the emulator thing?
No, that's the Analog Pocket.
Yeah.
The Playdate is the one with the crank.
That's what I was thinking, but it's its own. It's not an
Factoid
emulator. It's like
No, it plays its own games,
oh,
and they're all black and white.
huh.
The Analog
Okay.
Pocket is the thing that plays Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, maybe GBA also, but I don't think nothing above that. The MetaQuest Pro and the Genesis Mini 2. Sega was like, "Damn it, we're gonna ride this train till it comes off the wheels." Nope. 2023, busy year. The HTC Vive XR Elite VR headset. What?
I don't.
I have no memory of that. Also, PSVR 2, the Asus ROG Ally, the MetaQuest 3, the Lenovo Legion Go, PS5 Slim, PlayStation Portal. Later in the year, the Steam Deck OLED came out, and then they also released the Atari 2600 Plus, which was an actual console, not a mini thing, but you could play all the old 2600 games and 7800 games, I think. Then in 2024, slower year, MetaQuest 3S, PS5 Pro, Atari 7800 Plus. No one cares about the 5200. That thing should have never happened. Meatball sausage. Sub. Meatball sub. And then last year, 2025, we got the Switch 2, the ROG Xbox Ally, and the ROG Xbox Ally X, and the Lenovo Legion Go 2. So
What is that?
it's just another handheld PC. Thank you for asking,
okay.
Sean. There were 3 major trends that I noticed here. First off,
VR.
VR headsets. 13 mini consoles. Now, what I'm saying here are the major mini console releases. Like, I'm not counting the at-games stuff that they just put out like every year, and they're just pieces of crap. 8. And then handheld PCs. This has all been since 2022. 7 of them. 7 major ones. There's a lot others, but these are like the big kahunas. Any questions?
No.
What was in 2019? We have officially podcasted across 3 console generations. So the 7th generation ended in 2017. The 8th generation somehow is still going. The PS4, the Xbone, and the Switch. And then obviously we're in the 9th now with PS5, Xbox, and Switch 2. Nintendo screwed everything up. Like everything was within a year until the Wii U screwed it up, because the Wii U was basically a PS3, but they had already released the Wii the same generation as the Xbox 360 and the PS3. So then the Wii U comes in a year before the Xbone and the PS4, and then that thing sucks. So then the Switch comes in 2017, 3 years after.
So is the Switch 2 Gen 9?
Switch 2 is Gen 9, yes.
2, 1, Wii U, Wii, GameCube, 64, Super, NES. I got 2 more.
Yeah, they weren't around
I guess they
since
just
the beginning. Yeah,
So what's Gen 1? Like Atari?
it was
Like 26, like when do you start the I feel like it should start with the NES. That should be the first generation.
It's not. Like I think the second generation I think was the 7800, the Intellivision, the ColecoVision, all that. Whereas the first generation I would say was the 2600, the Magnavox Odyssey, maybe Pong. I don't know. But 3 generations for us. Where's my Dreamcast 2? Where's my Dreamcast Mini? Episode 6 was also supposed to be called Revenge of the Jedi. That I did know. That's a factoid that I knew. Top 10 Metacritic games since we started. So, actually, I just did since 2016 because we started podcasting. You know what I mean? It was just a month. Nothing came out there. Number 10, Persona 5 Royal at a 95. Number 9, Hades 2, 95.
Wow.
I guess I forgot it scored that high last year.
I drafted it like 3 years in a row.
Yeah. Like me with Hollow Knight. Portal Companion Edition. So this is when it re-released Portal and Portal 2 on Switch in 2022, I think it was. 96. Tears of the Kingdom, number 7, 96. Number 6, Elden Ring, 96. Number 5, one of these things is not like the other. Well, 2 of them if you count Portal. Number 5, The House in Fata Morgana, Dreams of the Revenants Edition, 96.
What is that?
A visual novel.
I feel like
I know. Like that kept Astrobot from making the top 10, I think. Or maybe it was a couple spots out, but it was close.
I think we need to have a ruling on that.
Number 4, Baldur's Gate 3, 96. And then number 3, Mario Odyssey, 97. Number 2, Red Dead 2, 97. Breath of the Wild, number 1, 97. It's so funny to me that like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is the whole thing that like Colin and Greg used to say that like if Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 2 were switched, everybody would think Uncharted 3 is better than Uncharted 2. But Uncharted 2 came out when it did, and it was such a gigantic leap over the first Uncharted that it's like that's everybody's favorite. Tears of the Kingdom, if it would have been the first one, I guess we would have really gone backwards in Breath of the Wild, but you know what I mean. It would be higher than Breath of the Wild if it came out first. Dog, Portal's an all-time great. Check yourself. No. I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying it was a re-release of a game that came out 15 years before that. That's all I'm saying. Last factoids here. The biggest stories in gaming since we started. You just made the list. That was so good. And then they had Goldberg. I was watching some wrestling video of the stupidest title changes or something yesterday. Goldberg beating Owens instead of us just... We got Owens and Jericho at WrestleMania, but the fact that it wasn't for the title because we had to give Goldberg the title so he could fight what's his name? Brock?
Well, and then they did the same thing when they had Goldberg beat The Fiend.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. It's almost Mania. Put the title on Goldberg.
2016. Some of the biggest stories I picked out. The PS4 Pro became the first ever mid-gen upgraded console. I wrote that. That's Factoid Dad right there. But I'm pretty sure that's right. We never had a Pro version. The closest thing I could think of was there was the Xbox 360 Elite that came out in like 2010 or something. Like 5 years after the original 360. But I'm pretty sure all that did was have... It had a different outside case, and I think it had an included hard drive and maybe included a modem because that was a thing back then. It was not like an upgraded console like the PS4 Pro was like, okay, now you can have 4K. So that's a factoid I think was right. Microsoft launched Xbox Play Anywhere across Windows 10 and Xbox One. Near the end of 2016, Nintendo finally announced the name of the Switch. It was no longer the codenamed NX, but we would not see it until early 2017. I'll never forget that when they tweeted out and said it was happening. And then remember that same day they were doing like a big Red Dead stream. But the picture that they tweeted out for the like reveal, whatever.
Peeking around the shower curtain.
So good. 2017, Bruce Straley left Naughty Dog after being there for 18 years. Andy House left his CEO position at PlayStation. In 2017 also...
I don't even remember that name. Was he before
Ryan?
Ryan?
I mean, Andrew House. But
I know,
like
but still. Like,
yeah.
And then it went to Ryan after him? Or was there somebody even before Ryan?
There was somebody before Ryan, yeah.
Jeez. They don't last long.
No, they don't. Except Herman Hulst. And I I got to be up early. Congrats again on 400. Thanks, Ash. Your excuse.
isn't it
You're
like
5 hours ahead of us right now.
is
Go
it
to
6?
bed. It's like almost 1 there.
I think it's 6 hours.
Factoid Sean. I think you're right, actually.
Good night, Ash.
2017 was also the first nail in the coffin of Xbox. Game Pass launched.
When?
2017.
Wow.
The first streaming Netflix style for games. Worked out great for him. 2018, Kaz Hirai steps down as the CEO of Sony Corporation. Not PlayStation, but still it's Kaz Hirai. I had to mention him. Microsoft in 2018 acquired Undead Labs, Playground Games, Compulsion Games, and Ninja 30. Theory. Don't read ahead when you're reading something, Kevin. Oh, this is why. Yes, I got glasses for reading. Yes, I'm old. Why is Siri talking? Go away. They also announced the formation of the studio The Initiative. Switch Online finally launched in the fall, but only with NES games. And Microsoft later acquired In Exile and Obsidian in November. 2019, Bungie went independent from Activision, but they were allowed to keep the rights to Destiny. Google revealed Stadia in March. Reggie Fils-Aimé retired as the president and CEO of Nintendo of America, replaced by freaking Doug Bowser. In my mind, kind of like you were just saying, I was like, wait, Doug Bowser was right after Reggie? And that was like
No, that
6 years ago?
It's weird that it's been 6 years, but yeah.
PlayStation acquired Insomniac Games for $229 million. Biggest deal in video game acquisitions probably ever. Sean Layden left as CEO of Sony Worldwide Studios and Herman Hulst took over. In 2020, E3, well, first off, we had a friggin' pandemic. Never in a million years would I thought we're going to live through. I didn't even know what a pandemic was compared to an epidemic. How many times had you said the word pandemic before 2020?
7.
Oh, it's good that you kept track.
I did.
E3 2020 was canceled due to COVID-19. Animal Crossing New Horizon basically became the biggest game in the world because of COVID-19. In the absence of E3, Jeff Keighley said, well, I can do that too. And he did his first Summer Games Fest broadcast. Somehow PS5 and the Xbox Series consoles were able to launch on time during a global pandemic. Shout out to both companies. Cyberpunk 2077 launched at the end of 2024, and I wrote it was one of the biggest disasters in gaming history. Huh?
2024?
2020?
Yeah, you said 2024.
I thought I said on PS4.
You might.
I was reading ahead again. It was a huge disaster on PS4 and Xbox One. Also near the end of the year, Microsoft announced that they were acquiring ZeniMax, which is Bethesda Game Studios, Arcane Studios, id Software, Machine Games, and Tango Gameworks for $7.5 million.
What?
$7.5 billion. I put an M. Not
That
B.
was a steal.
That was me. That was my Ron Burgundy moment. I wrote 7.5 million. I wrote 7.5 M. So I'm like, well, it must have been million. 2021, Google shuts down their Stadia Entertainment and Games division and says they're going to start focusing on publishing. E3 did come back in 2021. I had forgotten that it actually came back for a year.
I don't remember that. But it wasn't like open to the public or something. Wasn't it like a shadow?
Thank you, James. I am a handsome devil. Sounds like Theory with a lisp. Theory! Oh, that's what happened.
Ninja Theory.
Said, Theory.
Hey, Theory.
But I said 30. Do you ever like go and your lip tickles?
No.
It's horrible. 2020. Okay, E3 comes back online. PlayStation announces that they have acquired Housemarque, Nix's, Fire Sprite, and Bluepoint Games. G4 relaunched, and then it was on the air for about 2 seconds. 2022. Microsoft announces that they are acquiring Activision Blizzard King for a record $70 billion. PlayStation says, hold our beer, even though this is nowhere near as much, and pays way too much money for Bungie for $3.6 billion. Then they bought Haven Studios, which is supposedly making fair games, never going to come out, and Savage Game Studios, who was bought to do mobile games. The ESA announced that E3 2022 has been canceled, and it wasn't official until 2023, but it never came back. Also in 2022, PlayStation made the bright idea to announce 12 live service games that they were going to release by 2025. And then one of the biggest leaks in gaming history, the GTA 6 leak, happened in September, where 90 minutes of footage across 50 different videos was leaked online. Schreier confirmed it's real. Everybody's like, well, what's wrong with GTA 6? Bro, it's very, very early, not even alpha build. Chill out. Now it looks like it's going to be the most technically impressive game ever released, whenever it comes out. 2023, Google Stadia officially shuts down after 2 years. PlayStation acquires Firewalk Studios. Jim Ryan announces his quote-unquote retirement as CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, effective in April. Major layoffs kick off, and they have not stopped since. Layoffs across Epic, Bungie, Ubisoft, and Amazon Games across other studios. How did you not talk about the NVIDIA leak? I forgot what year it was. I think it was 2021. That was the biggest leak also. 2024, speaking of layoffs, they continue at these companies. I forgot how horrible 2024 was for people losing their jobs. Unity cut 1,800 jobs. Twitch, 500. Discord, 170. Why does Discord even have 170 people to begin with? Riot Games, League of Legends, 530 people. Microsoft cut 1,900. Eidos Montreal, 100. Sony Interactive Entertainment, 900. EA, 670. Take-Two, 5% of their staff. Sumo, 250. Bungie, 220. GameStop also shut down Game Informer's magazine after 33 years of publishing. Concord was shut down by Sony after 2 weeks. Talk about disasters, way worse than Cyberpunk. And Firewalk Studios was closed. In 2025, Game Informer was reestablished, and everybody that got laid off came back to work for him. John Tingley. How did you not talk about the NVIDIA leak? Didn't I already say that? I didn't see John's message before, so I thought James said it again.
You are Ron Burgundy.
Rockstar last year delayed GTA 6 twice. I had almost forgotten that. At first, because they said late 2025. Then it was May 26, and then it was... no, actually, it's going to be November of 26. And I think it's actually going to come out this time. Also, Microsoft laid off 4% of its workforce, also shut down the initiative, and canceled Perfect Dark, which looked friggin' awesome. To end on a really happy note, let's look at all the studios that have been shut down over the years since we've been podcasting. Microsoft and PlayStation wiped the floor with Xbox in this department. Microsoft shut down Lionhead Studios, Arcane Austin, Tango Gameworks, Alpha Dog Games, Roundhouse Studios, and The Initiative. I feel like it was more than that. That's all I could find. PlayStation, however, said, hold my beer. Evolution Studios, they made Drive Club. Drive Club flopped. They died. Guerrilla Cambridge, 2017. Sony Manchester, 2020. Japan Studio, 2021, although it kind of came back as Team Asobi and whatever. Pixel Opus, 2023. London Studio, Firewalk Studios, Neon Koi, and Deviation Games, 2024. So Firewalk and Deviation never put out a game. And then, of course, so far in 2026, Bluepoint and Dark Outlaw also never put out a game. Summary of factoids from the 10 years we've been podcasting. Hey-oh! Letterman. Didn't he throw it? Wasn't he the thrower?
Didn't he throw his pencil or something?
Remember when you caught it? I hate so much that
I know that
Nick
clip
is
is
in
ruined.
that video. Ugh. Hi, Nick, if you're watching. Not my son. I love you, Nick. I don't like that guy. We didn't see Mario Galaxy yet. I don't know why I put it in here, but there's nothing really to say. We didn't see it yet. It opened for $375 million.
Everybody
globally.
that is like,
Not a critic.
yeah, seems to like it. So
I'm not really worried if a Mario animated movie doesn't have a great story.
what's the like not critic Rotten Tomatoes? Do you know?
I don't. But thank you for asking. You can look it up. Also, Bluepoint hurts. You're damn right it does. Also, it was the first time that an animated series of movies has had, what did they say? First time an animated movie series has had 2 openings over $350 million globally.
Wow.
So that means Frozen and Frozen 2 didn't do it, which that actually shocks me.
That must have been Frozen 2 dropping the ball.
It wasn't very good. Audience score,
89. Jinx.
That's the only learn
Actually,
I care
Jinx.
about. Blue Point hurts. That's the only team I cared about. I should have left my glasses on. So yeah, we'll see it. I'm probably going to see it this week. First one was 59 with critics and 95 with audiences. I thought the first one... I'm surprised it was that low with critics. I guess I shouldn't be. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
Oh, we do have an announcement, though. We have a game that we are playing that we cannot talk about. We can tell you we're playing it, but we cannot give any impressions, share gameplay, photos, or videos until April 17th. However, we did get review codes for Saint Slayer. We can't say anything. But look forward to that. It is coming.
It is coming.
I just sounded like Grace. Leon. I shouldn't have said that she's autistic. That was a little mean because I love her as a character. She's great. Sean, speaking of Grace, what have you been playing?
Besides Redacted.
Yes.
Requiem. I don't remember where I was at when we podcasted last.
You had just barely beaten it. We had both beaten it, yeah.
So I beat it. I took a few days off from the game, not from work.
I just remembered, sorry, that I didn't put it in the rundown, but I just saw today that Cyberpunk is getting a PS5 Pro patch that is supposed to be unbelievable. So I want to just fire that up, just see what it looks like. Continue.
I've decided I'm going to get the platinum in it. I think I'm past the worst of it.
The point of no return.
You have to beat the game in under 4 hours. You have to
Blink 3 times if the game sucks. Now I can't blink again.
beat the game without healing.
Tapping your mic came through weird. Stop tapping your mic.
I'm not tapping my mic. He was probably talking to you.
Did I tap my mic?
I don't know, but I didn't.
Ron Bergen.
James, who tapped their mic? And you also have to beat the game without collecting any blood, which means no crafting ammo and stuff, at least as Grace. So I did all
you can't
those.
collect blood is Leon.
I did all of those in one run.
Okay, right.
I beat it in like 3 hours and 35 minutes or something. I don't know. So now I'm playing it on Insanity. I have Infinite Requiem, but I think I told you I screwed up. I had enough points to buy the rocket launcher, but I didn't have enough points to buy the infinite rocket launcher. So not knowing the downstream effects of it, I started the game on Insanity. Told you.
Tapping the base or your iPad or something, it echoed like a bell.
I bought the rocket launcher to kill Chunk in the attic with
nice.
Leon. Just I'm like, I wonder if it's a one-hit kill, and it was a one-hit kill.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've since unlocked Infinite Rocket Launcher because I did a couple other, like I got points for like killing the chef and killing Chunk and whatever. So I got enough, like I was barely short on the Infinite Rocket Launcher. I've since bought it.
And you can unlock stuff during that playthrough, or you have to go back to the main menu and start a new...
Well, that's the other thing. I don't know. Maybe I was screwed to begin with. Maybe I never would have been able to do the Infinite Rocket Launcher since I had already started the game. But right now, the issue is I bought the rocket launcher, and it's a one-time purchase. You can't buy it more than once. And when you buy it, it's not like you just have a rocket launcher with no rockets. You have nothing anymore. So I don't have the item. I can't buy it again. I've unlocked the infinite rocket launcher, but there's no way to actually get a rocket launcher back into my inventory so that I have the infinite ammo.
That's stupid.
Yeah. So I have the Requiem. I should be able to beat it, but like...
It's tough.
The fight in the chapel, when you first fight the blister guy...
Yeah.
That was tough.
It's such a small space. Yeah.
The spider was tough. He took like 20 shots with the Requiem. So it's going to be a lot tougher than it would have been if I had the infinite rocket launcher. But if I do that, and I'm playing it with a guide because I need to make sure I get all the documents and all the stupid Mr. Raccoon statues, whatever. But I just got through the part with the mortars up on the rooftop. That wasn't fun either.
I bet.
So now I'm going to go up the tipped over building thing.
Be careful with that.
I realized as I was doing it, I'm like, whoop.
That's going to get clipped.
But yeah, I don't know. Other than the bosses, I don't think none of it's too bad. I feel like the final boss is going to suck. There's not many bosses left, really.
No.
There's the Tyrant or Mr. X, whatever. It's minor spoiler alerts. Hopefully everybody.
There's a tyrant in every game. Also, wait, there's not a boss fight, but one thing. Oh no, you've already done that, I think. What the grinder section is Grace. You've already done that then?
Yeah, so that's part of the thing, that long puzzle that people like data mine to figure out the solution. You have to let a bunch of bodies drop into that.
Right.
And then you have to get so many of them to be ground up in the grinder thing. I did it once, and then...
Wait, do you need to solve the puzzle for the platinum?
Yeah, there's a trophy for that. But that's another thing. I'm past the worst of it. But when I got there, all I had was the Requiem. And so, for the most part, if I was shooting somebody, it was going to kill them. So I had to just run around, die.
So they would get ground up?
Yeah, but I couldn't like shoot him. I couldn't like kneecap them and then like,
they're just
push them because they're just going to die and then it doesn't count. So when you do it, you crawl into the thing and then you go down. It's like a blood slide. You get down to the bottom and then you drain the blood.
Yeah.
And normally it'll say a lot of blood just...
That's a lot of blood or whatever.
Drained or whatever. But in order to get that puzzle to keep working... It needs to say a ton of blood was drained. And that all depends on how many zombies died in the grinder. So I'm like, I'm going to give it one more try, but I'm like, I don't think I can do this. And then I did this. So I got what I need, which is you end up getting this doll. But that's kind of it. So now I need to start a new game. You'll already have the doll in your inventory, and there's something you do.
Do
in
you
like
keep
the early...
like the hand and all that stuff in your inventory, or do you have to get those? I mean, you can't miss it because it's just it's after a cutscene. But you know what I mean? The elevator thing when Grace.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if the hand. Oh, the hand you use to get a clue on how to solve it.
Oh.
Which I didn't do, but I don't think you actually need that because I know how to solve it. But if you're doing it the right way, you bring the hand to that blood machine thing and you do the thing where you have to like rotate.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And that gives you some clue, but I didn't do that, but I don't need that because I know how to do it because I looked at a guide.
Also, wait,
but I will get the platinum when I'm done with Redacted. I mean, I can say what it is, but yeah.
What else? There was something else about the one of the things I didn't do, not a spoiler, Raccoon City is a part of the game. It was in all the trailers. There's a part in that one building in Raccoon City where there's like not lockers, but there's like a photo hunt you have to go on. Do you remember? You find different photos and then that leads you to a certain safe which unlocks something. Is that part of the whole final puzzle thing too?
No, it's unrelated. Okay. I don't know what that is, but no, it's unrelated. That might just be like...
It's some Easter egg to a character from another game that like left them in that place. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I haven't really played anything except Not Redacted, and I did go back. I started playing Oceanhorn 2 again a little bit. Completely forgot. Wait, when did I?
Wait, is 3 out or was 3 just announced?
It's out on Apple Arcade.
Oh, okay.
But what else can they do? It's just the same thing again. Okay, so I guess, no, we just talked about Requiem last time. I did go back. That's true. I did go back and I got the platinum in Under the Island, which if you don't remember, it's a Zelda-like, top-down Zelda-like, pixel art graphics. It's basically a Link to the Past, but you have a hockey stick and you're a girl. It's so good. I think I got the platinum in 15 hours.
Is it new? Or is it like...
No, it just came out in January.
Okay.
And it does have a PS4 version also. So I will probably go back and play it again on that and get that platinum. And I'm probably going to do it in like 10 hours instead of 15 now that I know.
But are you doing it because you get another platinum or are you doing it because it's just a fun game?
Both. But I'll wait until like later in the year when I've got downtime, whatever.
Yeah.
But But it was really fun. It
Like
was a good
November time frame.
Yeah, there's nothing to play then. Yeah, I wonder if Halo's actually going to come out this year. And I drafted it. It should come out in November because that's the 25th anniversary. But it just better come out on like November 1st or something.
Yeah.
It's probably going to slip till next year. Damn it. Oh, well. But that's really all that I've played other than, like I said, I went back to Oceanhorn 2 a little bit. Played it the other night. I was just tired. And I got to this place. I'm like, the objective is like, go take the emblem to the, I don't remember, the reactor or something. It's just this giant open room. And there's like, this puzzle tells you, this statue tells you that other statue is lying with its message. And it's like, well, it's not, go ask the third statue. And the third statue's like, well, it wasn't lying. It was half true. So it told you that where the lever you needed was 30 steps behind the statue. Really, it was 30 steps in front of the statue. Also, there's just a lever sitting there. So I didn't really need the stupid statues to tell me. It's not like once you read the statue, it appears. And then I get up to the top and there's nowhere else to go. There's literally nowhere else to go. And I was like, this game is just, it's not, I like the first Oceanhorn a lot better. I don't know if I'm going to stick with it and get the platinum, but
yeah,
it's really all I've played. But Sean, I can't think of anything more fitting for the news of the week on episode 400 than this next item. So Sean, would you like to get to the news of the week?
let's do it.
Glad that still works. Did not test that, but it did work. Sean, it's so funny. So I didn't see this until people started posting about it in the Discord. They're like, oh my God, these Nintendo rumors. And I was like, what the heck? And I was like, okay, let me look this up. And I was like, what the heck? Oh my God. And then I'm like trying to talk around it in case you didn't want to be spoiled. And James is like, I think
I was in an audit that day.
I wish they were remaking something besides Ocarina. I was like, thanks, James. But this comes from VGC. Nintendo is reportedly planning to release a major Zelda remake and a new Star Fox game this year, but a 3D Mario won't arrive on Switch 2 until next year, 2027. That's according to prominent Nintendo insider Nate the Hate. They spelled it wrong because that's Nat the Hate, who shared a plethora of information on the company's 2026 plans, which matches what VGC has heard from our own sources. That's the point that made me go, oh my God, I think this is actually real.
I think it's legit, yeah.
In a new podcast, this Nintendo sleuth claimed that a quote-unquote classic Star Fox revival is planned for release on Switch 2 this summer, hot on the heels of Fox McCloud's shirt. Fox McCloud's confirmed appearance in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Quote, Star Fox is coming back in summer 2026. We're getting a new Star Fox game in the very near future, he said. I've been told it's a classic style Star Fox game and that the visuals are supposed to be very good. And I've heard it does have online multiplayer, end quote. The visuals I would hope would be very good. The new game would mark Star Fox's first major new release in a decade following Platinum Games' Wii U entry Star Fox Zero. Furthermore, a new 3D Mario game won't arrive in 2026 as expected, according to Nate's sources. The last 3D Mario game, Super Mario Odyssey, was released during the original Switch's launch window nearly a decade ago, and despite last year's Donkey Kong Bonanza from the same studio, a major new entry had been expected soon. Timeout. Expected by who? Whom? Who?
Whom?
Why?
Because it's the
Possessive?
object or subject.
The predicate.
Who?
Did you think of Skullface? Because I did.
No. Who?
Do you remember?
I forget what you said.
Such a lust for revenge. Who? As he gets dragged away.
I don't even remember that. Who expected it?
Who
It was
expected
expected
this?
by whom?
By whom? So I was right. I overthought it. Okay. Who thought Donkey Kong Bonanza? It was confirmed that it was the Super Mario Odyssey team that was making that game. Who the hell thought we were somehow going to get a 3D Mario this year? I didn't think that at all.
Yeah, that's stupid.
2027 made me happy that it's not 28 or 29. One game. Okay. In its place will be a major, they say, remake of N64 classic The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time to coincide with the Zelda series' 40th anniversary, it's claimed. Quote, one game that will not be releasing in holiday 2026 is 3D Mario. 3D Mario will be releasing in 2027, Nate said. Quote, but there is another anniversary this year, and it's the anniversary of The Legend of Zelda, ... What I can share with you today is that in the second half of 2026, approaching the holidays, we are going to receive an Ocarina of Time remake for Switch 2. End quote. According to Nate the Hate, Nintendo is unlikely to stream a general Nintendo Direct until June, but it could make smaller announcements on social media, such as new looks at Splatoon Raiders. What is that? Is that a mobile game, or is that a Switch 2 Splatoon
Sounds
game?
like mobile.
And Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, and anticipated Switch 2 editions for Pikmin 4 and Xenoblade 2. Anticipated, that is, but you'll see. We'll see. Released in 1998 for Nintendo 64, Ocarina of Time is one of the most beloved games in Nintendo's library and the highest rated game of all time on Metacritic, which collates media review. Thanks. Okay, I didn't need to. A soft Ocarina remake was previously released for the Nintendo 3DS in 2011. However, that was released further ago from today than the 3DS version was from the original N64 release.
Wow. I mean, that makes sense.
Hello, old. Darkness, my old friend. Huge congrats on the Big 400. Thanks for all the entertainment over the years.
Hey, Steve, what's up?
Steve. Thank you, sir. The Zelda series turned 40 this month, and with Legend of Zelda movie due to release in May of next year, it's likely Nintendo will want to run a staggered celebration for the franchise, as it's done with past Super Mario Brothers. Speaking earlier this year, Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa declined to comment on potential plans to mark the Legend of Zelda series' 40th anniversary. I think it's weird that they say a soft remake was released for 3DS.
I mean, it was a port more than anything. I mean, a little bit of a
huge graphical upgrade.
Well, but it was like the same. I don't think they remade it.
Extra button.
Well, yeah. I mean, they fixed. There was some quality of life stuff, but it's the same game. Just
Sean,
prettier.
Depending on the day, it's your favorite game of all time.
Yep.
I got my favorite game of all time remade and released last year. If we're actually going back-to-back years with our favorite games of all time being remade, wow. What do you want? What do you think? Where's your mind? Were you like, this can't be real? Where are you at?
I was a little hesitant to believe, I guess. I don't know. But I do think it's legit. I didn't at first, but now I do. This always cracks me up that the Genesis has high definition graphics.
I know.
Right on the thing.
Yep.
High definition graphics. My hopes are astronomically high to the point where I'm like, this kind of needs to be my new favorite game of all time for me. Like, and I don't know if that's how you felt about Delta, where you were like,
it had to
I
be done,
expect this to be my new favorite game of all time.
It had to be done perfectly, yeah.
But that's kind of where I'm at with this. I don't want Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay.
I think they could do, I'm okay with them. I think it was starting this game that the whole timeline got jacked up. Did it again. I'm just gonna keep my hand back.
I didn't notice at that time. I'm just used to you doing that, I guess.
The timeline got all jacked up. So they could, I don't think they would now because Final Fantasy's already done it. But they could try to do some kind of meta, like, it's a remake, but like, don't get too comfortable with what happened before, because, you know, I don't think they will. But I think there's an opportunity to do that because of the time travel aspect, because of just the crazy timeline of the whole series, basically starting with that game. But I don't think they're going to go like full. It still needs to be Ocarina of Time. Yeah. I don't want them to try to make it Breath of the Wild.
No.
Like make Ocarina of Time, but Breath of the Wild style. But I also don't just want a remaster. I mean, you have to rebuild it. But you can't can't change too much. It was perfect. The control, like the Z targeting, which I know they probably weren't the first, but I think they
No, I think it was
one of the
basically
first
game, yeah.
But like, just don't veer too far from what makes it literally the best game of all time. Like, don't screw it up. Don't try to do too much. It's there. Just remake it, make it pretty. Don't try to make it into something it's not. I'm sure they'll add some new thing. Like, okay, I figured it out. Actually, I'll go with 2. Resident Evil 2 Remake is what I want. That was still very much the original. They just, a lot of quality of life improvements, obviously much better graphics, but at its heart, it's still the same game. They expanded on some stuff, whatever, but you kind of knew what was going to happen. I want Resident Evil 2 Remake of Ocarina. And if they do that, it's probably going to be my favorite game of all time.
See, I was so interested to know what you want because, like, with Snake Eater, it was obvious to me what I wanted, and what I'd been saying for almost 10 years was I wanted them to just do a shot-for-shot remake.
Because they literally just made it again.
They made it again.
That was
not improved the controls. They added the
that was almost closer to an Ocarina 3D type of remake, more so than like an
Which
RE2.
is exactly what I
remake.
wanted. Like, that's why I was wondering what you actually want from this, because it's like I do think like some of the things that I think can get better are better / more writing, more story in the game. I wonder if they bring back Zelda's voice actor from Tears and Breath of the Wild. Like, don't make Link talk still, but
no, they
have everybody else talk. Like, bring back Ganondorf. Oh my God. It just came. I just remember who Ganondorf's voice actor is, the guy that was the voice actor for Skullface.
Really?
I just remembered that. Something Horan, Steve Horan or something like that. Yes.
One thing I read, and I don't know how legitimate it is. It might not be at all. It might just be some random person who's like, oh, I heard this. But what I read.
It just looked like
what?
Jim Carrey in
Liar, Liar.
Nope. The
Mask.
Nope. Keep
Bruce
going.
Almighty.
Yes. When he's like replying to the emails and that gif of him. That's what you look like.
What I heard, which you could do this, and if you do it right, I'm okay with it. One thing I heard floated out there, again, I don't know, it may have zero legitimacy to it, was they split it into 2.
No.
Now, the only reason I would be in favor of that is that means you have expanded Childhood Link quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's
really
not equal. That's like the first 25%
like the light
of the
world
game.
Of Link to the Past.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can't do... It's not like you time travel and then that's the rest of the game. You're constantly going back and forth. So
Yeah.
I don't think they would do that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like that. Raymond.
You would have to have the second part still have the original world, the original time. You know, you could do the first part without any adult Link stuff. You would have to expand on it, not quite to the extent of like Midgar, but like you would have to expand that quite a bit. But that would mean the second part is adult Link, but you still have to go. It would have to have both. It's not like you become adult Link and then you're adult Link the rest of the time. I don't think they'll do that, but that was one thing I heard, which I don't really like. But
I mean, I honestly would be okay if they just took. I loved the 3DS version. You know what? We should bring back Zelda Sundays. Now that this has been talked about, we should either play through it on a 3DS emulator. Now that we got that working,
did we though?
Yeah.
No, okay.
I just didn't put the resolution up to like 1,000,000, but yeah, it was working. We either do the 3DS version on an emulator, or we could just do the N64 version on Switch online. We should do that. That
I think
would
the 3DS would be fun.
Yeah, I think that would
seeing that graphics on the quote unquote big screen.
That's what made me think of it. Is like that's really all I want is to take the 3DS version, up-res the shit out of it. I want more than that, I guess. It's been so long since I played it. I can't really remember how well it did everything, but
so there is some precedent because we got Link's Awakening remake, but that was almost just that was closer to like
play 4 Swords
Delta. where it was just like, I don't think they added a thing to that. I didn't play the original too much, so maybe I'm forgetting something, but that was pretty much a 1-to-1 remake. Let's just
other
change.
than like the Zelda Maker,
yeah, that
thing.
whole yeah. But that was pretty much a 1-to-1.
Yeah, that was a friggin' as boring as that. I tried to play that game again. I remember a few years ago, and I was like,
I think that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
If you get, not in that graphical style, but you gave it that kind of love, that kind of whatever, even if it's a 1-to-1 remake, but you rebuild it from the ground up, which obviously they're not going to reuse old assets and stuff. That's the bare minimum. And I would be pretty happy with that, but I feel like I would be left wanting more. I want more than that. But that's like a good... I don't think that would be my favorite game of all time.
Right. I wonder who's making it, because I was just thinking maybe Grezzo will do it again, because Grezzo did the Ocarina of Time 3DS, Majora's Mask 3DS. They did the Link's Awakening remake, but then they did Echoes of Wisdom, and that just came out in 24. So there's no way in 2 years they could make Ocarina of Time remake. So it's got to be Nintendo doing it in-house, and I would think that's probably what they would want to do. Four Swords would be fun to play, but is that like on Switch Online? I can't remember. The GBA or the GameCube version, I don't think it's on there yet.
I don't think it is. Probably not.
Because I don't have another way to play it, and with the two. Well, I guess I could emulate. Can you emulate GameCube?
You can emulate anything.
No, I know you can't. Sorry, that was a stupid question. Is it easy to emulate? Is it meant to be emulated? I'm happy for Sean. I'm happy too, because this. I mean, right now, my favorite game of all time is Metal Gear Solid 3, and I would just say the remake now.
So, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is Delta your new favorite game of all time? It's
so good that I don't think I ever need to go back and play it on PS2 or PS3. Or PS4 in the Legacy Collection.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's the perfect video game. It just is. I had so much fun platinuming that and playing through it a couple times and doing the no-kill run and doing European Extreme or whatever it was for the first time. Yeah, it's my favorite game ever. But my second favorite game is Tears of the Kingdom. And if they do this right, like I've never had Ocarina in my top 10 because I never played it at that time. I watched you play it, but like it came out, you got it Christmas of 98. I graduated from high school 6 months later.
Ocarina?
Once.
Really?
I went back and started playing it.
I think we
again
definitely should
time.
play it.
Yeah. I went back and started replaying it on 3DS one time. But I was like, I think I got to Jabu's belly, and I was like, I don't want to go falling through the holes and carrying a fish to some. I don't remember what you had to do, but I didn't like it.
You had to carry Ruto.
She's a fish, right?
She's Zora.
Zora, yeah.
Jabu's a fish.
He's a big ass fish.
He is.
I'm happy for you. Four Swords is on Nintendo Switch Online, Game Boy Advance. That's a completely different game than Four Swords Adventures on the game, but they're both. Monolith is rumored team working on Zelda. Monolith, that would make sense because they did a lot with Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. They basically co-developed both of those, I think. Completely different. No, but isn't play Four Swords? But Four Swords is still a multiplayer game, correct? The GBA game, and can't you play it with Four Swords Adventures? Isn't that the whole thing? You could plug your GBA. There's some kind GameCube?
Of I don't know how it works.
Four Swords isn't a single player Zelda game. No, I know it's not. You had to link up your things. What? Link. Annette. How many callbacks can we do in one episode? All right. Next up, Sean. Another remake we got some news about. And then we'll get to the wrap up and wrap this up. Resident Evil, this comes from Vice. Resident Evil Requiem has been a massive success for Capcom, and according to the latest leaks, the rumored Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake has its directing team in a clear direction, inspired by the original. The latest round of Resident Evil Code Veronica leaks comes, once again, from Dusk Golem. So we've got Nate the Hate and Dusk Golem in this episode. I like that for episode 400. They're both extremely reliable, that's why I say that. The Dusk Golem social media account has a pretty solid track record when it comes to intel on the contemporary Resident Evil franchise, but obviously it still needs to be taken with a grain of salt at this point. None of the following details have been confirmed by Capcom. Dust Golem has been saying since before Requiem's launch that Code Veronica Remake would very likely be the next game released in the franchise. The leaker has now added that the creative team behind the project is locked in, and Resident Evil Code Veronica Remake is being directed by Kazunori Kadoi and Yoshihiro Anpo, same duo who directed Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 4 Remake. Hello?
Can't miss.
Additionally, Dust Golem went into some new details about the approach behind the remake and how the story and original structure would be handled. Potential spoiler warnings ahead of these leaked details. If these leaked they said of these leaked details. If these leaked details end up being accurate, Ron Burgundy. Here's a breakdown of the details based on his latest post. Resident Evil Code Veronica. It's Resident Evil Code Veronica in general, but it's been expanded. Nothing has been cut. Remember, Resident Evil 3 took out like a whole level, basically.
Yeah.
Some stuff has been heavily remixed. It's the remake with the most things changed or things happening differently than you might remember. Every enemy, location, and major event is in there. Capcom realizes that this is Chris's first time appearing in the RE Engine remakes as his younger self and want to deliver on that experience. Chris isn't a small part of the game. Chris will get his own final boss fight with Wesker rather than a cinematic cutscene. I'll forget all that by the time it comes out. And I've never played Veronica, but I don't care. Given the major success of Requiem, it seems likely the Capcom will want to keep the momentum going and start building up hype for the next project as soon as it's close to ready. Gamers will likely have to wait a bit, though, as the Resident Evil Requiem DLC arrives and plays out before marketing kicks off for whatever the next installment in this franchise ends up being. I'm hyped. All that I've really heard, everybody loves Code Veronica. I think that's probably just because it's one of those things that, like, you just remember playing it on Dreamcast and it was like, oh, the Dreamcast. But supposedly it's a good game. Supposedly it's a very difficult game. But what are your thoughts on Code Veronica?
I remember it being one of my favorites, if not my favorite, of the old school tank control games. I mean, it's kind of like Zelda 1. It's like, it's not the best, but it's kind of the best. 2 is probably the actual best. 3 kind of whatever. But then like Code Veronica was the first one I played on, because I didn't play it on Dreamcast.
You played on PS2?
PS2.
Right? The Code Veronica X, I think. Yeah.
So it was like kind of old school, like tank controls, but there were some like moving cameras and stuff, but it was still controlled just like the originals. But like that PS1 to PS2 jump was pretty insane. So like that had this whole element to it. The game seems huge. Like you play as Claire in this location. I don't remember how it plays out. I think you play as Claire in this location, and then you play as Chris. Oh, no, then you play as Claire in a new location, and then you play as Chris in that location, and then Chris in that. So it's like 4 different sections, but they're all...
But it's one campaign. It's not like RE2, right? Okay.
Yeah. But it's decently... I'm not saying it's the equivalent of like 4 full games, but each section is pretty big, and it sounds like they're going to add a decent amount to it. I think this could be a pretty big game.
I can't
wait.
I think I remember hearing people say that there was something between the oh my god, I don't care about your iPad. Shit. What
you heard people say? There's something about
when you switch from Claire to Chris, something about ammo doesn't carry over, or it does, and you've been playing the game.
I don't think.
I can't remember what it was, but that people didn't like that yeah, some quality of life stuff needs to be there and everything. I've never played it. I don't even know the story of it.
I just remember it's the first game, like in 1 and 2, it's not like you've got all the ammo you need, but I never remember playing those games and running out of ammo. But in this game, that's the one thing, that's like the main thing that I remember about this game is I played it and it was hard.
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I'm just like, I'm out of ammo. I can't do this anymore.
Maybe that's what I was thinking. It was just you.
And so I started over and I'm like, I'm not killing anything unless I have to. And I ran, and then I was loaded up with ammo. So I don't know if that was something different about this game, like if that's most people's experience with it, but to me, it seems like the ammo shortage in this game was a lot bigger of a deal than the ones before it. But maybe that's just how I played. Maybe I sucked. Maybe I was wasting a lot of ammo. I don't know, but I just remember I ran out of ammo and I was very annoyed.
Kind of like the RAM shortage.
Yes, exactly.
That's annoying. I'm excited. I can't wait. I do wonder if it's going to be, are they going to get another, are they going to give us a Resident Evil early next year?
I mean, it sounds like this has been, it's not like they're just deciding to do this.
I think it's got to be 2027 though, because you got to think like Resident Evil.
I could see it being late 27. I don't think it's going to be early 27.
Tell me if I'm lying. 2017 RE7, 2019 RE2 remake, 2020 RE3 remake, which was basically DLC. Then 21. So we got 3 games in 3 years, I think. 21 was Village, and then 23 was RE remake. 25. Wait, no. What year is it now? And then we didn't get anything until Requiem, right?
Yeah.
So we went 3 years without it. I think we'll get, I don't know, maybe if
they were on a tear for a while.
Yeah.
I would love for them to get back to that pace, but I'm not getting my hope. I think it will be next year, but I think it's going to be more the latter half of next year.
Yeah. What am I saying? In my mind, it's 25 and 26 is next year. Obviously, it's not coming out 26. Idiot. I think it'll come out next year.
Yeah.
Especially if it is the RE2 make and 4 make teams that are doing it. That'll be 27 will be 4 years since RE4 make came out. So let's freaking go. I can't wait. Sean, it is now time for the wrap up. As I previously talked about in my factoid section, Sony has shut down Dark Outlaw Games, never put out a game. Sony Studios have a habit of that lately. PlayStation officially got their price hike on April 2nd. I guess you didn't buy a Pro?
I did not.
The PS5 regular went up from $549 to $649. The PS5 digital edition went from $499 to $599. $600 for a digital console that used to be $400. PS5 Pro jumped up from $750 to $900. We are completely fucked on PS6. I am so happy I got a Pro when I did. I'm not paying $1,000. I know Moore's Law is Dead keeps saying that it might be cheaper. I'm like, at this point, it will not be. There's literally no way. There's no way. And the PlayStation Portal went up from $200 to $250. Did you think about getting one, or were you just like, nah, I ain't spending that much money?
It crossed my mind when I saw, I think you sent it to me. Yeah, the GameStop trade-in. I'm like,
they're like, hey, get it before it goes up.
Yeah, but I don't know. I did think about it, but not for very long.
Xbox has announced their summer game showcase coming in June for the game showcase, and that will be followed up by a Gears of War E-Day Direct. Colin cannot wait to see them announce that E-Day is coming out day and date on PlayStation, because it is. There's no way it's not, and that's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Nintendo is reportedly cutting their Switch 2 production this quarter from 6 million to 4 million due to a dip in U.S. demand. Maybe put out some games? That was like a combination of Shaggy and Tim Allen? I mean,
and Yoda?
Shaggy, I meant Scooby. And what? And Yoda?
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of Nintendo, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is going to be the first Nintendo game in the U.S. that will now be $10 more physically. So you can get it digitally for $60 or physically for $70. And it's probably just, well, no, with Nintendo, it'll be the full game on the disc. I'm sure, or not disc, the cart, whatever you want to call it. I especially with, like I said, when we went to the beach last fall, I'm never buying another Switch physical game because trying to keep track of those stupid little shits is impossible, especially with kids.
And they taste terrible.
Oh, we tried. Did we ever try the second one? Oh, we don't have any physical Switch 2 games, so we can't try it. Right?
I have Mario Kart.
It was digital download.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I don't have any. Oh, Metroid. Maybe?
Why?
Because I got it for Christmas.
Oh, you did?
I probably have that little.
Episode 401. We got something to lick.
I don't remember this game. Is this a platform, like 2D platformer? What is this Yoshi game? Or is it 3D?
No, it's a platformer. It's like Yoshi's Woolly World and all that. Woolly World and all that stuff.
Okay.
Shit. Sean, it's not funny. Epic Games is laying off 1,000 employees due to Fortnite's downturn. Not everything lasts forever, even Fortnite. Ow. Eidos Montreal is also laying off 125 employees. Like I said, the start in 2023 is just never going to end. I feel so bad for all these people. Stellar Blade Studio. Shift up. That's what I did. I read ahead, Ron. Studio Blade. Fucking mother. Stellar Blade Studio Shift Up acquires Shinji. Now another Shinji Mikami. We know I have trouble with the sound. Shinji Mikami's new studio, Unbound. I don't know if you saw this, but this is funny. The Mind's Eye CEO, I didn't hear about this till Colin talked about it, but the Mind's Eye CEO has said that there's a new upcoming mission coming out for Mind's Eye. I cannot believe they're still working on that game. But a new mission is coming up soon, and it will, quote, share some of the evidence, unquote, that they have compiled about the sabotage toward the studio when it came to the review bombing. Okay, you're going to put it in a game. Your game sucks. Like, no one had to do a conspiracy. Like, it just is bad game. It is bad game. Mario Kart World has added the Ba-Bomb Blast battle mode. I at least am happy that they've been doing a lot of updates for this game. I have not played it since, I don't know, 2 weeks after launch. And I don't know what would make me go. I just don't care.
I
was like, I gotta have it.
Completely moved on from it.
I think it's still Mario Kart 8 is definitely it's much better in my mind. Deluxe, I should say. Square Enix finished 2025 as Metacritic's #1 ranked publisher. Good for them. When are we going to see Remake 3?
I drafted it.
Yeah, and I wrote, yeah, right.
Drafted it for next
You
year.
drafted it for next year. Marathon. It's estimated to be at 1.2 million copies sold as of a week ago or so, with only 19% of those sales coming on PS5. Bungie and Sony keep saying they're in it for the long haul. Like I've listened to Chris talk about this so much on Sacred Symbols that he's just in love with this game. He's put like 160 hours into it already.
Wow.
And I'm sure it feels great to play, but it's not a game for me. Crimson Desert, meanwhile, is getting near to 5 million copies sold, and they've been fixing this game like crazy. I think this is one of those games that I'm eventually going to play. But they've been fixing so much that like... And it's very... Because remember, this game started off being an MMO, and then they switched it to a single player.
Yeah.
And like I hear people talking about like the first 8 hours, you had a problem with friggin' delivering packages. You got to like go and like, oh, you go deliver this thing for this guy. And it's you like go give a bag of sugar to his neighbor plus 1 XP. Like, you're doing all these menial tasks nonstop, but like it seems like they're improving the combat, and PS5 Pro, it runs well. Supposedly it runs decent on PS5, but are you interested in this game at all? I was really interested.
I don't know if I would go so far as to say interested.
Curious. No?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I think it would be fun. I'm worried it would be just like Death Stranding, where I'm like, I don't have the patience to get to where it becomes fun. That's my concern. Once it gets fun, you know, I'm sure it's fun, but I don't know.
Somebody was talking on GameScoop, I don't remember which one of it was, but that they love the game and they've played 50 or 60 hours. And then they look at clips online and there's people like flying around on like cyber dragons and stuff. And they're like, I've played 50 hours of this game. When do I get to do that? I don't know. Minecraft Dungeons 2 was announced. It's coming out this year on PC, Xbox Series consoles, PS5, Switch, and Switch 2. Hades 2 finally coming to PS5 and Xbox on April 14th. 1 week from now. Give me a cross save, please. They didn't do it on Hades 1. They're not going to do it on this. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is getting a free PSVR 2 update later this year. And whoo, buddy, this might make me bust out my motion sickness machine, because incredible.
That would be awesome.
I am so scared to death of flying that this could be the worst decision I ever make. But I don't know. It just sounds incredible.
Did Carol play?
I think Mom played. She's the only one that plays. Nope. It's time to make a move. Your tiles are waiting. Play now. Saros has gone gold. I am so hyped to get my ass kicked.
When does this come out?
April 30th.
Holy crap. I got to finish Redacted. I got to finish
You don't have to
Requiem.
Requiem?
And then
Pragmata?
possibly Hades too, but probably not.
Pragmata has also gone gold. I'm really interested to see how that reviews. I've still got the demo sitting on my PS5, and I don't even know if I can play it because I can't remember if it's a time demo or not. It looks so cool.
I feel like I've moved. I don't know that I care.
Bases Loaded 2 Nintendo is coming out. Bases Loaded 2 second season. That's an inside joke. If you're not my brother, you wouldn't get it. I'd like to be a part of an inside joke someday.
Wait, did they do this with Bases Loaded at all?
They did in 2024.
I don't remember.
I only know about it because they talked about it in whatever article I read this in.
Okay.
But it's got Bases Loaded 2 along with the Japanese versions of it, and Super Bases Loaded 2 on SNES along with the Japanese versions of it.
But is it like actual rosters, or it's just like
No.
it's like just fake? Yeah.
And apparently they're releasing a new. I just remembered this. They talked about this on GameScoop, but I guess I didn't read that far in the article for when I wrote this down. There's a new Bases Loaded game coming out in Japan with rosters made up of not Major League Baseball, but holotube stars. What the fuck is that? It's something in Japan. Is it like hologram? Are these fake people? What the hell is wrong with people?
It's Japan.
Japan's awesome. Why did you say that?
I'm just saying it's just
Anime
very
bullshit.
Japan.
Yeah.
I love Japan. I'd like to go back someday. But no, I mean,
Do Japanese people like pizza? The creator of Double Dragon and Kunio-kun, also known as River City Games, Yoshihisa Kishimoto has died at 64. Basically like the Godfather, the grandfather, the Godfather, whatever, of beat 'em ups. Like the OG. That's what I should just say. In April, PS Plus games leaked and then were confirmed for April.
confused.
And they are Lords of the Fallen, Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered. I don't know that I'll ever play those, but I will definitely at least claim that because I would like to.
Yeah.
What I've heard though is that they definitely are just remasters. They've changed the controls a little bit so it doesn't play as bad as it was like on Saturn and PlayStation, but it's not much better.
Yeah.
And then Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream.
Say
Some anime bullshit.
Is Lords of the Fallen kind of from
It's Souls-like.
Softy?
And remember, the Lords of the Fallen 2 or whatever it's coming out is coming out in a few months. So obviously they're trying to get people ready for that or interested in that. I wouldn't say I'm interested, but I'm a little tisted. The Japanese like pizza with calamari and corn on it. Gross. Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 400. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for 400 episodes. Thank you for telling me in the chat that I had some tech difficulties. The one thing I didn't check when I moved the PC out here from the inside the Playroom recording studio. We never named that. Poolhouse Recording Studios and then the Playroom Recording Studio.
Sure.
It was fun to be back out here. I will say that. I don't think I
with all the technical difficulties that comes along with it.
I think it's not meant
It was
to
meant to be
as a long-term solution, but it was really fun. I hope you guys liked the hype video. It wasn't terrible. Wait, you had the pizza with the calamari and corn? I don't know. I can't comment on that. I'm taking no further questions at this time. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for being here for 400 episodes. Thank you for hanging out. Until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.